Welcome to the Hunter Call of Wild. This is part one of the New England Mountains Reserve. Always like to make sure everything's up and running on the stream. Yeah, it seems to be. Yeah. On the stream. Yeah, so let's begin.
Everything we do leaves a mark. Out here, we're lucky to walk among such ancient ridges, and we do our best to preserve these untamed wilds. I'm grateful that a seasoned hunter like yourself comes all the way here to support our efforts. My name's Trevor Locke. We talked on the phone. I'm very excited to get to know each other at last. You have no idea how many stories I've heard about you. Feel free to explore the reserve by yourself, and I'll be there if needed. Welcome to New England Mountains.
Nice. So here we are at the visiting center.
How was your trip? I imagine the ride here was a little bumpy, right? Yeah. Around here we like it remote and rugged. Before you head out, take the time to figure out your gear and equipment if you need to. You'll want to be well prepared for all kinds of environment or weather. This is New England after all. First things first, as I'm sure you know, resting is key. I'd recommend locating the nearest outpost and opening it. There. I just sent the coordinates to your hunter mate, just in case. My hope is to make this reserve an inclusive place for people not just to hunt, but also to experience a genuine adventure. Something that will take them off the beaten path, you know? So many people go through life without ever experiencing the true outdoors. And I believe access to nature should be a human right. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. I'll be in touch once you're at the outpost. You'll see. You can't miss it. Nice. That outpost is one of the more recent ones. Don't get too used to all the modern comfort, especially if you plan on hiking in high altitude or in the valleys in the north. Oh, by the way, I took the liberty of leaving a backpack for you there. Feel free to use it, in case you're interested in helping out around the reserve. Cool. I thought it might come in handy. Let me explain what I mean by helping out. In a nutshell, our visitors can choose to take on various tasks to support the reserve during their stay. For that, we use notice boards to publish hunting challenges and competitions. There should be one just outside that outpost, if you want to go have a look.
I don't want to do that. Taking forever, ain't it? Okay.
Of course, we compensate hunters for their contributions. So, make sure to check out any other notice boards you come across. They're usually near outposts. Thanks to this system, hunters can help keep this place in tip-top shape, and they get to choose when and how they help out. One last thing. I suggest you go to the nearest lookout tower. It's north of your current location. It'll help you orient yourself and give you a good overview over the valley.
Go to the nearest lookout tower.
I gotta say, your reputation precedes you. I was thrilled when I saw your name among the applicants for this year's competition. There's this other warden who only had good things to say about your ethics and expertise. Since I trust his judgment 100%, I trust you too. Which reminds me, I have a surprise guest for you. An old friend of yours. You'll find out soon enough, I promise. He should be on his way here right now. Once he's arrived, I'll get you two reacquainted.
Love the outposts. Wish you could fast travel on them. That's my cat sneezing.
This valley is an amazing all-round hunting area, both for new and pro hunters. Rivers, lakes, uplands, forests, mountains. There's lots of different biomes and all kinds of game. Pro tip, if you need to get your bearings, try to find lookouts when you're out exploring. They're scattered all across the reserve. I can't wait to introduce you to my little slice of paradise. And I can only encourage you to wander off and discover the reserve on your own. Look, if you're good to go, I have a mission of the utmost importance for you. I need someone I can trust to collect maple syrup. You heard me right. maple syrup. Should you choose to accept this mission, I shall share my best-kept secret with you. My favorite maple syrup spot. More details will be shared with you in due course. Your objective? An area located near the river flowing east to west, right between the mountain ranges. I've marked it on your hunter map. Godspeed.
The one thing they need to just stress on here is how bad the four-wheeler ATV spins out like it's on ice. Kind of stupid. No offense, but it's a little bit ridiculous.
I'm sure you think it's weird that I'm asking you to pick up maple syrup. I know. Talk about New England cliche. While we're on the topic of cliches, did you know the white-tailed deer is one of New Hampshire's living insignia? It's also one of our most popular species among hunters. So, if you like hunting white-tailed deer, feel free to take part in our challenge. Can't wait to see you in action.
Let's cut through this area. I take a shortcut. Looks like a good place to spot deer, don't it?
I've been walking in wilderness as long as I can remember. Me and my father, we basically lived outdoors. I get to know every species, every specimen, learn what they eat, where they sleep, how they feel. At the end of the day, you gotta respect all creatures, especially the ones you hunt.
See what I'm saying? ATV spin out like that.
The first time I came here, I was 19. I worked here as a seasonal ranger one summer.
Kind of ridiculous.
Ranger. Flash forward 20 years and I'm head warden. Funny how life can be sometimes. I'm originally from the Pacific Northwest. I was born and raised in the Layton Lake District Reserve. Rings a bell? Yep, exactly. That same reserve you visited back then. This probably gives you a big clue as to who my surprise guest is. Fair warning, though. He can be a little gruff and reserved unless you get him started on black bears or unethical hunters, then he won't shut up. His name? Carlton Locke, a.k.a. my old man. Everyone always calls him Doc. Even my mom. I never understood why.
good beer drinking areas right here. So we're getting close to it. I believe that's what he's doing. There's my own eyes, man. Never seen an ATV.
Oh, you're there. Great job, Agent. Our teams have a nickname for that location. The spot. I realize this might be dangerous, but your next mission is to collect the maple syrup buckets. You'll spot them easily. They're metal buckets hanging on maple trees. Good luck out there. Thank you. Know that I appreciate your efforts. There's one last thing we need to... Sorry, I can't keep a straight face anymore. Here's the reason. We're preparing souvenirs for all participants as a thank you for all their contributions to supporting the reserve. That way, everyone goes home with a little taste of New England. That's all. If you don't mind, could you drop it off at the nearest outpost? Let me see. Okay, there's one in that valley. Just follow the river west. You would really be doing me a solid. Finding shapes in clouds. Out here, we like finding animals. Hey, I realize I barely gave you any info on wood devils earlier. My bad. Maybe you've never heard of them, because they're endemic to New England and, well, they're almost extinct, unfortunately. They're mammals, slender build, gray fur. They're tough to spot. Close to them. They're extremely nimble, and they tend to hide behind trees when spooked. So you want to focus your search mainly in wooded areas. Hope this helps. Good. Thanks a lot. I'll have Holly pick them up when she's back from Nashua. Sorry, I don't usually ask visitors to help with regular warden tasks, but we're short-staffed this week. All right. There's one last thing that you need to know about wood devils. One of their main characteristics, in fact. They're utterly and totally made up. It's a small prank we like to play on newcomers. I make sure to come clean after a short while, though. Don't want to waste anyone's time. It's basically the New England version of the Sasquatch or Bigfoot. Some people claim they saw one, especially in the 19th and 20th centuries, but there hasn't been any scientific evidence. There's always a small chance it could be an undiscovered species, but it's pretty unlikely if you ask me. Many of our visitors love local myths and folklore, and so do I. It's a great way to share cool stories about my second home.
Cool. It's one way you can open up the map, ain't it?
Hello, is this thing working? Can you hear me? Doc here. How are things, old friend?
Old
My
dog.
son Trevor told you I was visiting, right? Haven't been here in years. Last time, Trev was so proud to show me around, and we found some peaceful remote spots we loved. Sorry, I don't remember where they are exactly. We took a few photos back then, and I sent them in the mail a few days ago. I think Trev left the pictures at an outpost for you, in case you'd like to check out those spots for yourself.
Well, we'll do that later. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate you. Have a good one.
This reserve is something else. I get why Trevor chose to settle down here.
We'll let it go for a little bit.
Layton Lake is where I've lived my whole life, and that's where I'll finish my days, that's for sure. Not much has changed since your last visit, which is a good thing in my book. Hope's still the same, still off the grid and all. Once in a while, we have a drink or two at his camp. Me? Same old, same old. Layton's always keeping me busy. I gotta say, I wish every hunter was more like you. Feels like all I do is go through the basics with rookies. It's vital that if you injure an animal, you find it and do not allow it to suffer. I feel like a broken record sometimes. I'm sure even Trev heard me say that over and over. I wanted to fax you the pictures, but, they don't use those anymore. It's a shame. Fax machines are a lot more reliable than all the new devices that young people use these days. Even if the power goes off, the recipient
will always receive their copy, smudges included.
Oh, hey, Trev. How's it going, son? I was just telling our friend about the pictures of our favorite spots.
I'll need to see those photos, too. I didn't have the beard then, but you had a handlebar stashed, of course.
I hope you can make time to go hunting with your old man. What do you think?
Sure, of course. It's a very busy time with the video, the reserve, and home stuff too, but I'll make time.
Good. I know how it is, so don't worry about me if it doesn't work out. New England has a fascinating history. Hunting was very different in the early 19th century, too. Back then, they had to hunt to feed their families.
Yeah, people would hunt with muzzle loaders or bows. I have an idea. Maybe we should try that out if you're up for it. Hunting like in the olden days.
Beautiful scenery, isn't it? Reminds me up in the mountains of Pennsylvania or West Virginia or, Virginia. It's New England, so yeah, Virginia would be included in that. New England. Maple syrup's up there, and you can get maple syrup anywhere though. Nice flavor. I never really thought about that before. That's probably a good beer play. We're heading to our first outpost. Another little, that's a big area of water. Turkey. There he's flying. There's one up ahead too. Fly, turkey, fly! I don't know what exactly that was. We're getting close to this cabin, that's for sure. We'll end the stream right there. But thanks for watching everybody. Appreciate you watching, taking the time to watch. We'll be back. We'll be back with more goodies later. Hope everybody's doing good and Happy New Year.